Good evening, cyber friends. It's Mitty Man coming at you again from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. Saturday night edition, and we want to first of all give God all the glory as usual, give Him all the praise for life, health, and strength. We thank Him, and we thank all of our cyber friends. Matter of fact, I was thinking about my dear sister, Sister Kate, as well as Flo and Lady D. Matter of fact, these was my sister Kate was one of my very first, I would say called cyber friend. Then there came Flo, and then there came Lady D. But those the first three. You know, well, got some more, but those were the top three at one particular time. I kind of lost contact with a couple of them, but as far as Sister Kate, we still in contact with each other. She stays in contact with me to most very regular checks up on old Meter Man, and we thank God for Sister Kate, and we also pray for Sister Kate as well as the others. But we make sure we are. I often pray for Sister Kate. I want you to know that, Sister Kate, in case you see this video, I want you to know that we often pray for all of you, but I do make mention you as always in my prayer. Keep you lifted up. Uh, I was wanting to say something, and I've been meaning to do this video all day. From early this morning, I'm just not beginning to do it. I had a client PC in the home. I had it on the workbench for the last couple of days, trying to restore some data off a dead hard drive. And I don't know if you ever done this. I know if you're a computer tech, you probably have. But I'm just saying, if you just your everyday computer user, if you ever have to recover data off a dead drive, be ready to spend a whole lot of time. That is a time-consuming, painful task to do. Matter of fact, I'm not yet done yet. I'm yet trying to. Of course, I had to redo a couple of things, but nevertheless, I'm still not completely finished with the job as of right now. It's after 9 o'clock, the second day. But at any rate, I was sitting here in the process of doing this, trying to restore these files from this dead drive, and I decided I would open up my browser, and I got one of my home pages is breaking Israeli news. Breaking Israel news. I think that's what the main title of that website. But at any rate, it had a segment on there about Benjamin Netanyahu. And I often told everybody that I'm a big Benjamin Netanyahu. I call him the modern day David, because he fights so many giants over in Israel. And I love his vernacular. I love his stance on things. They had a 41-minute address where he addressed the UN here just recently. Man, he said some powerful things. And the one thing that I know, everybody want peace if it can be found. I know that, but I've read the Bible. People, there will be no real peace, not really, until the Prince of Peace come back, and that's what his name, Yeshua, or if you want to call it English, Jesus. If you want to say it in Spanish, Jesus. There will be no peace, not real peace, until Jesus, Yeshua, our Savior, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, until He establishes it on this earth. But nevertheless, I understand where Benjamin Netanyahu is coming from. And he told the UN off. I don't know whether they realize it or not, but he absolutely told them off. And I was glad. I was really glad. But it was one thing that he said that stuck in my mind. It was like I said, it was a 41-minute address, and I listened to every bit of it. He let it be known to everybody, that including the United States. He said, let it be known, let it be for certain and sure that he will not compromise Jerusalem at no cost. So in other words, UN, y'all can get up there and do all your resolutions you want to. You heard? I mean, you got to get real. The Israeli Defense Force is one of the best in the world, if not the best. And I'm even talking about up against their Air Force is top. Their Air Force is top. They intelligence is top. Israel, to be such a small nation, is a very powerful nation. And what Benjamin Netanyahu said, he let it be made known to all the big wigs. You heard what he said. At no cost, is non-negotiable, and they will not allow Iran to have a nuke. So I'm gonna let y'all read between the lines of that. I love it. I love it because see, I read my Bible, people, and if you haven't read yours, I please get with somebody, even if you don't understand some of it. Get with somebody that does understand it, and they can explain it to you. Read the whole book of Zechariah. Read the whole book of Zechariah, but especially Zechariah 12 and on. People, you need to leave Israel alone. God, if you go back in history, go back in time, go back 2,500 years. No, go back further than that. Let's go back about 4,000 years. People, if God did all of that to the nation of Egypt about them people, wouldn't that let you know to leave them alone? Oh, well, Israel ain't all, no, wait, let me get you straight. They got problems, just like everybody else. Yep, they got some problems. They was rebellious against God, but guess what? God still took them on through. He would put them in something, and he'll get them out of it. Yes, they was a bunch of rebellious, stiff-necked people. But guess what? They were God's people. God was dealing with them. You leave them alone. That's all I'm going to say about that. But you that look all through history, read your history. Every nation that came up against Israel and mistreated those people, God took care of them. Think about it. God fights for Israel. Read Zechariah. And he said that the end time, all nations would come against Israel. Read Zechariah. And it's all through the Psalm. Matter of fact, Asaph, Psalm 83. Those are about different nations, mostly Muslim nations, coming against Islamic nations, coming against Israel. And look read what he said that God going to do to them. Oh yeah, people, this is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Everything is coming to a close as we know it. But now the world is never going to end. God's going to burn this one up. He's going to clean it up. But this is going to be a new world. When God get through with it, and you know we got different people that speculate how he going to do it, but I don't have to speculate. I don't have to know how he's going to do it. I just know he's going to do it. But John said in the book of Revelation, I saw a new heaven and a new earth. And then the new Jerusalem came down to the new earth. So in my idea that when God set this world on fire, he's going to pull us up to the new Jerusalem. After God get through cleaning it up and burning it up and getting it pure for us to come back, that's when we all come back. Now that's my little speculation on it. Could be wrong. Could be right. But at any rate, I do know that there is going to come a day when there was going to be perfect peace. But it's not going to be people till the Prince of Peace come. Jesus got to bring the peace. But oh brother, I sure did love Benjamin Netanyahu's speech on that, what I saw today. I mean, he absolutely body slammed and you end up there. And he did it in such a very diplomatic way. Only Benjamin Netanyahu can talk like that. I mean, I call him David of the modern day David that fights for Israel. And believe you, he said there was no negotiation when it comes to Jerusalem. They mean it. He mean it. And he said there's no way that they will allow Iran have a nuke. And he mean that too. So people, get ready. Train coming. And guess what? You're going to need a ticket. I heard a song that said you don't need no ticket to ride this train, but you're going to need a ticket to ride this train. But there's a train coming. And it's soon to culminate this end of the system of things that we're living in. And y'all know it's a bad system. It's a bad system. Man been trying to govern himself ever since the Tower of Babel. And it ain't worked yet. It's never gonna work. We cannot govern ourselves. Point blank. Period. We do all right at times, but we fall back. Why? Because we're in a cursed world, people. We got something called a devil. And as long as there's a devil that gets into me and you, there's never going to be no real peace on this earth. So just remember what Mighty Man said. Until the next video, the next Bible study, whichever comes first, it's Mighty Man saying, peace, watch what you do and what you say, because you're going to give an account one day before a God of justice. Justice will be served, people, by and by. Good night.